Yes. All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Kelly Williams with the Kelly Williams Show in Bay Area Houston Magazine. And it's time for the Kelly Williams Show. Yay! All right. Okay, well, I'm excited because this morning I've got live in the studio Braxton Skipper with Skipper Insurance Agency. I'm excited. Hey, Braxton.
Hey, how are you
How
doing?
are you? Good. And
Good
guess
morning.
what? My husband just brought us some shrimp gumbo.
Breakfast of champions.
That's right, that he's making today, and yummy. So we're going to have some real quick. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. My
Oh,
God.
God, it's so good.
Fantastic.
So good. Look, you can have shrimp gumbo any time of the day.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had it for breakfast, but it is good breakfast.
I've had it breakfast, lunch, dinner, wee
And
hours of the evening and night.
Oh, yeah. And it keeps it like when you put it in the fridge and then reheat it.
It keeps getting better.
Getting better and better.
Yes.
And so this is so good. You know, being from Louisiana, I grew up on gumbos.
Yes.
Duck gumbo, seafood gumbo, shrimp gumbo.
It's in your blood.
I feel like I'm on Bo Gump.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shrimp
Yeah.
gumbo.
Shrimp burgers.
Shrimp burgers. Coconut shrimp.
Shrimp tacos.
We actually are going to talk about insurance today because I got Braxton Skipper and he's the insurance expert. And so we're going to look, if you have a question for him, comment in live on the show and we'll get it answered for you right here. We're going to focus on commercial insurance today, aren't we?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a big deal. A lot of businesses are reopening. A lot of businesses are now opening because all the COVID stuff is done. People are starting to rebuild, starting to open up businesses. And I'm going to tell you, so this is a really good topic. If you have a business or thinking about having one and you want to know about insurance that you need, right, we're going to answer your questions right now. So, Braxton, while we're eating shrimp gumbo, where are you from?
I'm from Santa Fe, Texas.
Right here down the street.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Local boy.
How long have you been doing insurance?
I've been doing insurance about 6 years. I started out of college with Texas Farm Bureau, and I was there a few years and then went off on my own and started Skipper Insurance Advisors. We're just starting year 3. So this is about to be my 3rd year of being fully independent and on my own. So
awesome. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Good for you.
So we're very excited. We're steady growing and servicing our clients and just writing new business and taking care of our people. And I'm getting on with more and more new carriers.
Yeah.
As my business gets a little older and grows, I'm able to qualify and get on with new carriers. So we got an even bigger market now than I did when we started.
Wow.
Yes,
well, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yes,
actually.
Absolutely.
You know, when you're in a good insurance company, you grow to help more clients and help your clients better.
Yes, ma'am.
You know? Okay, so commercial insurance.
Yes.
You know, it's not a lot of things, something that everybody thinks about, but when you own a business,
you gotta have it.
You gotta have it. It's just one of those things. And insurance isn't something that everybody always wants to talk about because they either don't understand it or they get scared of it. And they worry about it. This is why we're going to answer your questions today. So tell us a little bit about commercial insurance.
So most of the time, no matter what business you have, you need to have at least just a very, very general policy called commercial general liability. And what that is it's covering you for your day-to-day operations for bodily injury, property damage. You got workers out in the field, or if you are one of your workers and you're out in the field, and you tear anything up or injure anyone, that policy is what's going to protect you. So most of the time, when you're like your general contractors and things like that, when you're bidding for jobs and you get the job, like, hey, we like your bid, we want to go with you.
Yeah.
The first thing they're going to want to see is that you have commercial general liability, and so you want to already have it. That way, you can go ahead and start work, and you don't have to wait on going out and shopping and getting a policy now, because when they give you the job, they're going to want to probably have you go ahead and start.
Absolutely. So is commercial insurance, when you first open a business, you don't even have to have your first customer yet. You need to have your commercial insurance immediately.
Yes, it's a good idea too, because ultimately it shows you're ready to start.
Absolutely.
It shows you're ready to go and you have what you need. That's why a lot of times when you're driving down the road, you'll see a lot of people say insured and bonded on their vehicle. And
I've
all
seen
that
that.
means is they're ready at all times. to
Yeah.
go. You know, they're ready to start work.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, and it is a good sign when a company is responsible. And,
Right.
and a lot of people do like you to know that they are insured. And what's the difference between insured and bonded?
I just inhaled this.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's a good question. So, bond is really more, in my experience, a bond is more of like an honesty thing.
Like a jail bond?
Right. Well, yeah, we know about those, but
I don't.
but
Oops.
oh, you're good.
Thank you.
But your liability insurance part, that's what's going to actually protect you from, you know, if you, like I said, if you got workers out that or tear something up or hurt somebody, you know, that whoever y'all hurt or injured is going to sue you. You know, or they're going to come after you. Yeah, that liability insurance is what's going to protect you from that. What a bond is, in my experience, is more of an honesty thing. Like if you, let's say you're like a landscaper or something, or a house cleaner, and something goes missing from one of your clients.
Yes.
And they're like, hey, you know what? We think y'all took that.
Yeah.
Well, your bond is what's going to protect you and go towards that. And really, you're more inclined to hire somebody and use them if they've got the bond behind them.
Okay. Okay.
So,
you know what a good name for a bonding company would be? Bond. James Bond.
Right. Or Chico's bail bonds, like the Bad News Bears.
Yeah. I love it. We can think of all kind of fun names.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what does commercial insurance cover besides that kind of thing, like the building and the content? So if there's, you know, the area we're in, storms, hurricanes, all kind of things. So tell us a little bit about what does it cover for the owner of the business?
Sure.
On their building wise.
So also if you do own a building that, you know, if you have an office or if you have a building that that you're working out of, that's going to be separate from the commercial general liability. You're going to have to schedule that on a property floater, or, you know, even have it insured, you know, obviously on its own. So you need to have it down here on the coast. You got to have it insured for fire, and also get you a windstorm policy on it.
Yeah.
And, you know, as we were talking about earlier with Paul, is a lot of your wind carriers are pulled out of here, and so we're really only left with TWIA. So TWIA still covers commercial. So you got to just make sure, no matter if you have a building or shop or anything, that you got your fire, wind, and flood insurance if you need flood insurance.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those are things that you got to think about, because you never know what will happen. Of course, Harvey was a great example of that.
Yes,
to people who were not prepared and had no idea. No, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, commercial equipment insurance.
Yes.
So these areas out here, a lot of farmland, a lot of construction equipment, tractors, all kind of things. Huge companies.
Yes.
In the Bay Area that sell these equipments. Does this kind of insurance cover protection for those, or if they get what? I mean, tell us, how does that work?
So the first two policies I listed are going to be separate from your equipment. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get your equipment either scheduled on your commercial general liability as an inland marine floater. All that means is that we have your equipment, each itemized piece of equipment and attachments included on that policy for their value.
Yeah.
Right. And it'll make sure to cover it for physical damage, not just liability. Depending on what carrier you're with, you can get just an equipment policy by itself, or you can get just, if you already have a commercial general liability policy, you can add what's called an inland marine floater to those, depending on your carrier and how they want to do it. The bottom line is, regardless, you got to make sure you have all your bases covered.
Yeah.
So what I do is I try to meet with all my clients once a year, and we go over everything at least once a year. So like, you may have bought a new Bobcat or a new skid steer, or a new roller or something, and I don't know about that. You forgot to let me know. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
So what we do is we make sure we got all those covered. I have some customers that I have them written on a commercial general liability, and as they buy equipment, I can just keep adding it to that policy.
Okay.
But some customers I got scheduled where the underwriters don't like that. They like it to all be insured separately.
Oh, sure.
So everybody's situation is different. But bottom line is we get it covered. We look at the situation and make sure that they got all three.
Absolutely.
All three policies.
Excellent. So if you're just joining us this morning, I'm live right here in the studio with Braxton Skipper of Skipper Insurance Agency. And, you know, the great thing is that we're talking about a lot of commercial insurance issues, how to get it, what you might need, especially if you own a business or equipment or all kind of things. But you can actually write a question right to Braxton live on the show, and we'll get it answered for you. So if you have any questions, let us know. And if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from and just say hi. Okay. So, you know, a lot of companies have equipment that they need to, but they also have vehicles.
Yep.
You know, the big either trucks or vans or delivery things, or, you know, and one thing that a lot of company has are employee cars.
Mm-hmm.
Is that included in things like that? Can they get
so
insurance like that?
It depends on what carrier you're with. Sometimes, like if you have employees that drive a company vehicle or something like that, they can schedule that on their own policy, and you can add that company as an additional insured to your personal auto policy.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it works out like that. Like I say, it isn't a one size fits all. Everybody's situation is going to be a little different. But bottom line is that if you have a business and you have company cars, you're probably going to have to get a commercial auto policy.
Okay.
And list all your employees on it as drivers. Because if you're out and you have day-to-day operations where you have your fleet of vehicles out, you know, running around performing work, you want to make sure all your drivers are added to it. That way you don't run into any issues there. And, you know, that you have that correct commercial auto insurance, and you're not trying to piggyback on a personal one. Because a lot of times if you have a wreck and you just have a personal policy, but you're out doing commercial business, you know, that you might run into some problems.
And that's what I think so many people don't really know the difference or how to make sure that they have the correct insurance,
right,
so that you are protected. Mm-hmm. This is what Braxton and Skipper Insurance can answer those questions for you. People are starting to open up new businesses. They're starting to really get going on all these things. And a lot of times they'll forget about what insurance they need.
Or just they never knew or were never educated on it, you know. I mean, it's just like anything else. I'm not well versed in, you know, being an accountant, right, or a lawyer or anything like that. So, you know, it's good to get with somebody that can help you and steer you in the right direction, and that's what I'm here for.
Absolutely. One thing we talked about earlier is that getting these questions answered early before you open a business, or right before you really start serving customers, if that's possible. So you have it in place.
Yes.
Before you open your doors or before you start getting bids or things like that.
Yes. So like, just to touch back on what I said earlier, kind of get a little more into it. So a lot of times, especially with your construction, like your general contractors, which we have a lot of those now, right? After quarantine, a lot of people started new businesses and they're doing really great with that. But one thing that I see a lot of is that they don't get the insurance yet. They wait until somebody actually requires them to get it, and then now they're scrambling to go get it.
Yeah.
And so these commercial quotes aren't quick. I mean, especially your commercial general liability, they look at everything from your annual gross receipts to your payroll, how many employees do you have, your business operation address, what area you're servicing. They look at all this stuff, and the underwriters take a little bit to go through all that. Yeah. It's not a quick, like calling me for a homeowner's quote or something, where I can just get it to you like that. These things take time with commercial, especially commercial general liability. So a lot of these people's, when they get the bid and the client is like, okay, where's your certificate of insurance? Well, okay, what's that? Well, it's showing me that you have the policy in place. You got to have this before you start. So you want to already have that. You want to just be able to call me or call your agent and go, hey, I need you to print me out a COI with, you know, whoever your client is listed as a certificate holder. Boom, start the job.
Is the certificate of insurance, is that something when you walk into buildings, sometimes they'll have it right there? Framed, or is that something different?
No, a certificate of insurance is what's called, it's a certain accord form, and it's really just used for purposes of underwriting, and also to, for it's a form that a lot of your like construction people need.
Okay.
So
they really can't even bid on jobs without that insurance.
Well, certificate. So the first thing, let's say I'm a general contractor that does roofs, for example, or
Yeah.
something like that, and I want to come work for you.
Yeah.
And you're going to go, okay, fine, your price looks good. Okay, you're good to start work next week. Where's your certificate of insurance? I need you to add me on there, certificate holder. Well, what I do is if I already have a policy, I just call Braxton and I say, hey, I need to add Kelly Williams as a certificate holder, and I need you to send me that certificate so I can give it to my clients.
Wow. Okay.
Now, what they do is they take that and they go, okay, you're good. You're all set. And all it is a very brief outline of your policy.
Yeah.
It's like it's just showing what your liability limit is. Most of the time, they require you to carry $1 million per occurrence, $2 million aggregate.
Okay.
That's your general requirement most of the time with this situation.
Okay.
But anyway, if you don't already have a policy, I can't give you that certificate yet until you get one.
Absolutely.
And like I said earlier, it may take 2-3 days. It may take 2 weeks.
Yeah.
To get a quote to you. You never really know. I mean, it just depending on what kind of business you have, it could take a different varying times to get you. But you don't want to even wait 1 day. In my opinion, you want to go ahead.
Because it could cause you to lose jobs.
And it does.
Which is not good.
And it does. It does, especially if the bid was really close.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, well, this guy's insured. I mean, it might be a little bit more. I'm going to go with him.
Exactly.
You don't want to run into that. And that's what I've seen. That's real practical, real world stuff that I see all the time. And so, anyway, to be able to get that COI, what certificate of insurance, we call them COIs, but to be able to get that, you just always got to have a policy in place. That way, you ain't got to worry about it. You just start work and call your agent, tell you to type one up with, your client on it, and go for it.
That is really good to know. I mean, there's a lot of new businesses opening up. Make sure you have your commercial insurance, guys. If you don't and you need somebody, call Skipper Insurance. Braxton Skipper right here. Mm-hmm. He will take really good care of you. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I've even seen it to where they'll let you do the job.
Yeah.
Without it. But then to pay you at the end.
Yeah.
They go, where is it?
Oh,
and then they won't even pay you till you show it to them, which is ridiculous because you let them do the work without showing that you're insured.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've seen that happen. I had to go get, I had to go try to get people quotes and they had to, start a policy and everything when they already did the work. They weren't even covered.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. So they weren't even, they had to go get a new policy just to get paid on the job they already did.
Wow. So, hey, look, anything can happen.
Yes.
And so you want to be prepared. It's about being prepared and getting your information that you need for coverage, whatever you need. This is what these people are here for, to help you.
Yes, ma'am.
Braxton, where are y'all located? Where's your office located?
In Texas City.
There you go. Local.
Yes, ma'am. Right on 6th Street in Texas City.
Okay, perfect. Main Street. That's right. What areas do you serve?
Mainly Galveston and Harris County, but as long as it's in Texas, I can write it.
Okay.
I'm a licensed Texas agent, so but I mainly service obviously Galveston County and Harris County, and even some parts of Fort Bend. But,
great.
Mainly those two.
Yeah.
But if you're in Texas, I can look at it.
Okay. Write it. So the big question is, do you do free quotes?
Oh yeah. All my quotes are free.
All his quotes are free, guys. You can call him, or they can stop by and say, "Hey, this is my information. Can you give me a quote?"
Where do I start?
Where do I start?
That's a lot of times is you're looking at so much and you don't even know where to begin. So that's what I'm here for. Yeah.
And listen, so many insurance companies, they have they're overly huge and they're national, and you're a number. Mm-hmm. They don't even know your face, your name. These people are local and know you, and they will take very good care of you.
Absolutely.
Support local business and deal with people that, will shake your hand, take care of you. If you have a question, when you call, they'll answer the phone.
Absolutely.
And answer your question. That is a very big deal. Okay. How can people contact you?
You can call me at the office, 409-945-6604, or my cell, 409-739-3089, or you can email me at braxton@skipperinsuranceadvisors.com.
All right.
I know it's a mouthful.
No, that's good. That's good. Look, there's no automated.
No.
Push 1 for Braxton.
No, there's not. It's me and my voicemail, and I will call you back. I promise.
He's going to call you back, people.
Yes, I will.
Okay, so we have a very good mutual friend
Yes.
Sandy June.
Sandy, I love you.
That's right. We love you. And tell us a little bit about, because she had, she's had so many songs coming out. But She's a singer-songwriter located right here in the Bay Area, doing big things, and did a music video, and Braxton was in it.
I was. It was by far some of the coolest things I've ever done. That was an awesome experience. I'll never forget it. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, Sandy's hit. It was Too Many Hearts in Houston.
Yes.
And so she asked me if I would be the star in it, you know, or the main guy in it. And anyway, it's just about a heartbreaker running around Houston breaking hearts. And then at the end, I get mine. Mine.
That's right.
So.
It all comes around.
Yeah.
All comes around.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Check it out on Spotify. She did a great job.
Yeah, great job. And she has a new single coming out. Or you said you wanted to?
Yeah, Trouble Train.
Oh yeah, Trouble Train.
Yeah.
If y'all have not heard Trouble Train, it's amazing.
Yes.
Go download it.
Yes, go check that out.
Download it.
We'll be doing that music video. Yeah. I believe we're going to shoot in Nashville.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that one too. So.
All right.
This will be my second one. Maybe I'll be a little bit better at this one than the first one. But
maybe it won't take so long to shoot.
Like I was saying, I got a whole new respect for performers and actors.
Absolutely, it's a lot of hard work.
Yes,
that's right. Okay, guys, we are so happy you watched the show today. Thank you for joining us. Every month, you're going to get to see Braxton on the show. We're going to be talking insurance and everything you need and answer your questions live. So make sure you stay tuned for those dates coming up. But if you have a commercial business, if you need commercial insurance for anything, we talked about everything on this show today. Call him. Free quotes. Local boy right here that will take very good care of you. Skipper Insurance Agency. And the number is scrolling right across the screen at the bottom of how to contact them. Get your questions answered.
Yeah.
Make sure you are ready this year to move full force with your business to help make it successful.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's right.
We do it all.
They do it all. That's right. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. We hope you have an awesome, blessed rest of your day. You can watch The Kelly Williams Show right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram every week. And we'll talk to you later.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
We'll see y'all.